Look up at the night sky. Each star is a sun, a powerhouse of cosmic energy. Now look down at our own planet, at the sands of Egypt. Here, humanity built its own mountains. The Great Pyramids of Giza stand as silent witnesses to our past. They have watched civilizations rise and fall for thousands of years. For centuries, we have looked at these colossal structures and asked a simple question: how? How did a civilization without our modern machines raise millions of massive stones to the heavens? The pyramids challenge our imagination. They invite us to journey back in time, to a world of pharaohs, priests, and brilliant engineers who dared to build for eternity. The scale of this achievement is almost impossible to grasp. The Great Pyramid of Khufu alone is made of over 2 million limestone and granite blocks. Some of these stones, especially those deep inside the king's chamber, weigh as much as 80 tons. That's the weight of a dozen elephants. These blocks were quarried miles away and transported to the Giza Plateau. Then they were lifted and placed with incredible precision. The gaps between them are so fine you can barely slip a piece of paper through. This wasn't just building, it was a form of terrestrial starcraft, a monumental effort of human will and ingenuity. Think about the coordination required for such a project. It was a symphony of human effort, conducted over decades. Thousands of people, tens of thousands, worked together under the hot Egyptian sun. They were not just laborers. They were skilled artisans, quarrymen, surveyors, and architects. They had a shared vision, a cosmic purpose handed down from their rulers. This was a national project, a testament to the power of their society. The pyramids are not just piles of rock. They are a story of human collaboration on an epic scale, a story written in stone that has outlasted the language of its creators. Our journey to understand the pyramids is a scientific quest. We use modern tools, ground-penetrating radar, satellite imaging, chemical analysis, to peel back the layers of time. We study ancient texts, like the papyri discovered at Wadi al-Jarf, which give us glimpses into the daily lives of the pyramid builders. These are the logbooks of a grand voyage, detailing the transport of stone and the distribution of food to the workers. The mystery of the pyramids is not one of aliens or lost technologies. It is the much more profound mystery of human potential. It's about what we can achieve when we work together, guided by science and a powerful dream. So what were the tools that carved these masterpieces? Forget about lasers or advanced power tools. The ancient Egyptians were masters of simplicity and effectiveness. Their toolkit was forged from the very elements around them. They used copper chisels and saws to cut the softer limestone blocks. For the harder granite, they employed a more patient technique. They would pound the granite with dolerite, a type of hard, igneous rock, chipping away at it bit by bit. They also used abrasive powders, like quartz sand, mixed with water to grind and polish the stone surfaces, giving them a smooth, finished look. It was a slow, grueling process that required immense physical strength and endurance. Moving these colossal stones was a feat of human power and clever engineering. The Egyptians didn't have the wheel for transport, but they had something just as effective: sledges. Large wooden sledges were used to drag the massive blocks across the desert sand. Recent discoveries suggest they were brilliant physicists in their own right. They likely wet the sand in front of the sledge, a simple trick that would have reduced the friction dramatically. This small act of scientific insight would have cut the number of workers needed to pull the heavy loads by half. It shows a deep understanding of the natural world, a hallmark of scientific thinking no matter the era. The workforce itself was a marvel of organization. For a long time, the popular image was of countless slaves being worked to death. But archaeological evidence paints a very different picture. Excavations of the workers' village near the pyramids revealed that these were skilled, paid laborers. They were well-fed, receiving daily rations of bread, beer, and meat. They had access to medical care. Skeletons show bones that were set and healed. These were not slaves, but dedicated citizens contributing to a project of immense national and religious importance. They lived in organized communities, a testament to the sophisticated bureaucracy that managed this grand undertaking. Imagine the sheer manpower. It is estimated that a workforce of around 20,000 to 30,000 people was involved during the peak of construction. This was the human engine that powered the pyramid project. They worked in teams, with specialists for every task. There were the quarrymen who cut the stone, the boatmen who transported it down the Nile, and the masons who shaped and placed it. Each person played a vital role in this intricate dance of construction. Their collective effort, sustained over many years, is what transformed a barren plateau into a landscape of man-made mountains, a permanent feature on the face of our planet. How did they lift these massive blocks hundreds of feet into the air? This is one of the most debated questions in the study of ancient Egypt. One of the most enduring theories proposes the use of ramps. But what kind of ramp? A single, long, straight ramp would have been impossibly large, eventually becoming a bigger construction project than the pyramid itself. So, engineers and archaeologists have proposed other ideas. Perhaps it was a spiral ramp that corkscrewed around the outside of the pyramid as it grew taller. This would allow for a more gradual incline and use less material. Another compelling theory suggests the use of an internal ramp. This idea, supported by microgravity surveys that show anomalies inside the pyramid structure, proposes that the builders constructed a ramp within the pyramid itself. As they built the outer casing, they would use this internal corridor to haul the stones upward. This would have been an incredibly efficient method, leaving the exterior faces clear for the skilled masons to place the smooth casing stones. Once the pyramid was complete, the internal ramp would simply be sealed off, hidden from view for millennia. It's a clever solution that fits the evidence we are gathering today. Beyond ramps, other techniques may have been used in combination. The Egyptians were masters of the lever. Simple wooden levers could have been used to lift and position the blocks for the final placement, a process requiring both strength and delicate control. Some have even suggested the use of water locks or canals built up the side of the pyramid, using the buoyancy of water to help lift the stones. While there is less direct evidence for this, it shows the creative thinking we apply to solve these ancient puzzles. The truth may be a combination of all these ideas, a multifaceted approach to an enormous engineering challenge. The precision of the pyramids is another part of the puzzle. The base of the Great Pyramid is almost a perfect square, with sides aligning almost exactly with the cardinal directions: north, south, east, and west. How did they achieve this without modern surveying equipment? They used the stars. By tracking the movement of stars across the night sky, they could determine true north with remarkable accuracy. They used simple tools like plumb bobs and sighting rods to create perfectly level foundations and straight angles. This was astronomy in action, a cosmic blueprint guiding the hands of the builders on Earth. So why go to all this trouble? Why dedicate generations of effort and immense resources to building these stone mountains? The pyramids were not just monuments, they were resurrection machines. For the ancient Egyptians, life on Earth was just a prelude to an eternal journey in the afterlife. The pharaoh was not just a king, he was a divine intermediary between the gods and humanity. His successful journey to the afterlife was crucial for maintaining the cosmic order, or Ma'at, ensuring the continued prosperity and stability of the entire kingdom. The pyramid was the launchpad for this journey. These structures were elaborate tomb complexes. They contained everything the pharaoh would need in the next world: furniture, food, jewelry, and sacred texts. The walls of the inner chambers were often covered in hieroglyphs, powerful spells from the pyramid texts, which served as a guidebook for the deceased king's soul. The pyramid was designed to protect the pharaoh's mummified body, the physical vessel his spirit would need to recognize upon its return. It was a stairway to the heavens, a physical connection between the terrestrial and the divine, allowing the pharaoh's spirit to ascend and join the circumpolar stars, the eternal ones that never set. The legacy of the pyramids extends far beyond their religious purpose. The sheer act of building them pushed the boundaries of Egyptian science and society. It required advancements in mathematics, geometry, and astronomy. It demanded incredible logistical and organizational skills, leading to the development of a strong centralized state. The pyramid projects unified the people of Egypt in a common goal, forging a national identity that would last for thousands of years. They are a symbol of what a unified society can achieve. They remind us that the greatest wonders are not built by magic, but by human hands and human minds. Today, the pyramids continue to inspire awe and wonder. They are a link to our distant past, a tangible connection to the ancestors who first looked up at the stars and dreamed of eternity. They challenge us to think big, to tackle the seemingly impossible. Every time we send a probe to another planet or build a telescope to peer deeper into the cosmos, we are following in their footsteps. The pyramids are not just a story about ancient Egypt. They are a story about us. They are a testament to the enduring human quest for knowledge, for meaning, and for a place among the stars.